SCP-173, the menacing neck-breaking statue that rains terror over innocent D-Class and scientists. Why is 173 so frustrating to play against? In this video, we will explore the reason behind 173's power and how to potentially balance him. SCP-173 has the highest amount of health out of all of the SCPs, topping at 4000 HP. When at low HP, its maximum human shield reaches 1500, making it the tankiest SCP in the entire game. The reason for its tankiness is valid, since when in direct line of sight, SCP-173 cannot move, and it also has a fairly large hitbox, so human players are able to deal damage to it easily. SCP-173 also has the highest speed out of all of the SCPs, with SCP-096's charge attack barely breaking a bit of competition. Breakneck speeds allows 173 to maintain a high speed for extended periods of time, while also lowering the blink timer, allowing 173 to pursue its targets more efficiently while under direct vision, which is intended as a way to make 173 less frustrating to play as. And finally, SCP-173 has the ability to insta-kill any human. This is by far the most identifying trait of 173, and is what makes it satisfying to play as, and is partially what makes it frustrating to play against. Now, I want you to think of 3 empty glasses, each labeled health, mobility, and damage. Game balance is to distribute water between 3 of these glasses so that all of it totals up to, say, 1 bottle of water. If you want to make a high mobility class, we can take some water from health or damage. If we want a high health class, we can take some water from mobility or damage. You see the problem here? SCP-173 is kinda good at everything. All 3 of its glasses are filled to the brim. We can't reduce the damage because it is the identifying trait for 173 to be able to one-shot players. We can't reduce mobility either, since that just makes 173 inaccurate to the lore and unfun. And we can't reduce health because then the iconic not moving in direct line of sight would get 173 players killed easily. So what can we do? Here are a couple of proposals. Proposal 1. Nerf the blink ability of 173. In the current state of SCP-173, sometimes it is better to look away from it to avoid the teleportation attack, which will guarantee your death. We want to punish players for looking away, so we can reduce the teleport range and increase the base movement speed. When you look away from 173, you can still teleport for a short period of time, and that is what makes it unfair. The amount of kills I've gotten from that ability to instantly catch up to my victims as 173 is insane, and in my opinion should be removed entirely. Also, when casting Blink, the server should do a check to see if 173 can fit through the door that you're teleporting through, or else it might lead to 173 teleporting through the smallest of cracks and closing doors and cause frustration in players. Proposal 2. Reduce the health of 173. We reduce the health of SCP-173, but we make mobility its main thing. We can cut down its health by a quarter, boost its movement speed further, and reduce the regular blink timer. It causes 173 to be an absolute weapon of destruction against singular targets, but it is going to die really quickly when facing multiple well-equipped militant classes if you don't play our cards right. It would make 173 more fun as well, because you get to speed through the entire facility to deactivate generators, find victims, etc. And finally, Proposal 3. Gradually increase the power of 173. One of the main reasons for 173 feeling overpowered is because of early game, where a lot of civilian classes spawn in light containment zone with 173. And because 173 was designed to easily kill singular targets, rounds can often end before the first MTF spawn wave because all the D-class and scientists died, with guards quickly dying to other SCPs as well. What we can do is to bring back a really old mechanic from previous SL versions. Before Parabellum, 173 used to have a mechanic where the lower its HP, the faster it went. So this can balance out for the early game, and it's also easy to explain lore-wise. It is also a good opportunity to introduce visual clues on how damaged 173 is to help players strategize. Because the majority of people in LCZ are unarmed and are unable to deal damage to 173, it will start with a rather slow speed. But when MTF spawns, sufficient damage is dealt to 173. It starts becoming faster and more deadly. We can scale the teleport distance, blink timer, and base movement speed according to 173's HP. In my opinion, this will solve a lot of the frustrations players have with 173. This makes 173 similar to 079, starting out weaker than other SCPs, but the longer the round goes on, the more powerful it gets, ultimately exceeding the power levels of other SCPs. This change will discourage armed D-class and scientists to attempt to engage 173 since it makes them faster the more you shoot it, instead focusing on evading them and escaping. It also makes it harder for 173 players to grab kills early game against civilian classes, and at the same time make it deadly enough to do damage to an MTF spawn wave. It also encourages 173 players to tank some hits for the SCP team, since it makes them stronger and faster, solidifying the tank role 173 plays. If you think my solutions have potential flaws or if you agree with them, feel free to comment on this video, or you can join the Discord server that is linked below. There is a forum channel specifically for debates, and you can list your opinions there for people to discuss. Have a good day or night.